Addie and Berkley. Welcome to the Great Wide Open Mic podcast. I'm so stoked to have you guys on board. You are certainly our first set of twins that will be performing at the Great Wide Open Mic ever. Your submission was obviously awesome. I think you guys got a lot of love on that on Instagram and TikTok. So let me just briefly, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
We're so happy to be here.
Yeah. And then let me just briefly say what I know, which is very little about you guys. And then maybe you guys could do like an intro of who you are and how you got started. So basically, from your submission, I kind of did a little bit more research on you guys. You're pretty brand new to maybe music writing or performing, but clearly talented, clearly excellent songwriters, excellent performers. And so walk me through, where are you guys at with your songwriting, with your musicianship, with your artistry, and where do you guys want to go?
Yeah, so obviously we look the same. We are identical twins. And so that kind of means obviously we were in the womb together. Well, big news. But we've always grown up.
Did your parents make you share a room?
We did growing up, of course. Yeah.
I make my daughter share a room because I want them to be able to collaborate. So
you get it. Yeah. It works for us too.
Yeah, good.
So growing up, we've always loved to sing, and starting around middle school, I would say, is when we both kind of started writing songs just by ourselves, but we never really tried to collaborate with each other. So recently, it's been really fun kind of setting time aside to write together instead of just bringing bits and pieces of our own ideas. So that's kind of where we started, and it's been something really fun to navigate writing together and kind of all that comes with that. Yeah, we've been recording together. We recorded our first song a little more than a year ago together, one that we both collaborated on and both kind of finished together. And so that's been really fun. But now we're just kind of getting ready to release our first music ever out into the world. And yeah, we're starting to play more shows than we ever have. We're just trying to put out music that we feel fulfilled by.
Now, do you guys write together now too? Like you said, you started kind of writing together. How do you guys pitch ideas off of each other? Or do you have conversations throughout the day and you're like, this would make a great song? Like, what's that process look like?
Honestly, yeah. I've always worried more about the guitar, or it's kind of like we just kind of bring lyrics together, and we've had songs where we each write, like I'll write the chorus, she writes a verse, and we kind of just switch off. So it's really different every time, and we're kind of just figuring out our writing style together. But I like to bring the chords in almost always. Yeah, she's definitely the brains. But another thing with being siblings is we're not shy to be like, that sucks. Yeah.
So
blunt.
That's actually important. Yeah.
For sure. So there has been times where we're like totally not seeing eye to eye, and other times it does fit really easy. So sometimes it does feel easier to just like start ideas separate and then bring it to each other and be like, okay, cook up something cool on the guitar, or like, this is what I have, let's see where this could go.
And I have a couple questions now that stem from that. First of all, like, obviously my thought process goes to like Oasis and just a huge feud that those brothers had. Do you guys ever fight? Do you foresee, or have you fought before? Like, is that an issue? Like, you don't meet eye to eye creatively, things like that?
We do fight pretty often. We've always had little quarrels, but music, we find that it brings a lot of fights and little disagreements. But I just love that we're siblings, because at the end of the day, we're gonna sleep in the same house. Yeah, we have that connection always, but we're also not afraid to be honest with each other. Yeah, and I feel like that's a lot harder. But yeah, we do fight pretty often.
I fight with my brother all the time, so I
you get it then.
Yeah, I get that, and we shared a room most my whole childhood, so totally get it. So you said you're playing more shows. Where do you guys play? You play around here? You're from Farmington, which actually the only thing I know about, I'm here in Spanish Fork, but the only thing I really know about Farmington is that I think that's where Lagoon is. Is that right? I've taken my kids up to Lagoon. It's a big amusement park around here.
That's everyone's first job when you turn 14.
Have you guys worked there before or no?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. And so you're like the people that are like letting you in the ride who don't care and like barely touch the thing for safety.
Yep.
Like you're fine.
You get it,
Going
like you're good to go.
Yeah, you're good.
You got
It's
it.
fine. You just hope that nothing goes wrong. Um, what's the music scene in Farmington? Is there any venues that you play around there? Like, what does that look like?
Honestly, there's not many I don't think there's any venues in Farmington. A lot of the things we did were just like backyard little shows that people put together. Our high school had a lot of bands. All the high schools in this county really had a lot of band culture, like Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, we've done Battle of the Bands,
open mics, but really we're so close to Salt Lake. It's only like 20 minutes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
really the music scene for us has been more centered around like driving to Provo. We've played at Velour.
Yeah.
And
cool.
it always takes a little bit of a drive for us being kind of like right
Yeah.
out of it in Farmington.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. Luckily here in Spanish Fork, Provo's, only 20 minutes away. So it's not so much for us, but yeah, I can imagine from you guys, it's a little further. Do you guys do your own shows at Velour, or is it pretty much open mics for right now?
Yeah. For the past 2 years, we just had an opening slot. We had like 4 girls on the bill. So every year we've really like had one Velour show that we're super excited about and tell everyone about. And then we've played at little farmers markets, open mics, and recently we've been recording a lot more music.
Yeah.
So that's been super fun. We recently just played at the Classic Fun Center summer concert series. Yeah, that was really fun.
I'm actually amazed. I mean, you guys probably experienced this too, but I'm amazed at how little presence you have online for how good you are. Is that something new that you're like just tackling now, is social media and online presence? Because I will admit, I have seen and run into many artists who are, I'm not going to say terrible, but are,
you can say it.
I'll say less polished, and, thousands of followers. So like, it kind of boggles my mind that you guys are very polished, very, very good as a duo, and clearly very skilled musicians, great melodies, great harmonies. Like I foresee you guys skyrocketing if you keep at it.
Yeah. So exactly what you're saying with social media for us, it's definitely been kind of a more overwhelming journey because we're both people who don't really care about social media, but you have to care about social media when you're a musician these days.
Yeah.
So something that we've been really trying to do more of is set intentional time to film videos and stuff, because we are pretty much like just here for the music, here to perform, here to feel it. And obviously we want other people to feel it too, but it's been a journey having to record and show our personalities just outside of here's our song or here's this cover. But you kind of sign up for that too when you're a musician.
I completely see what you're saying. And I would be totally happy with a world where it's just, you just go play shows and then someone recognizes you and then they sign you to a label and then now you're touring. And, but I think those days are long gone. And there's so many people now that can get attention with social media that it's just necessary. And I mean, just like you guys, I have a wife and 4 kids, and I'm constantly doing things with their sports or with my work and stuff like that. And so I literally have to be like, okay, during my kids' sports, I'm going to set a time where I walk. And like, that's why all my videos are like me walking or me hopping down to my room so I can record it, because I need to stay relevant. I need to stay.
Yes.
If you guys keep at it though, I've worked with enough companies and seen enough CEOs that it's really just persistence. It's literally just
and connections, but it is hard to shift your mindset to like, I need to be marketing this anywhere I'm going, right? Like, oh, let me go for a walk to film today's video.
And it does ruin your mind because you're like, oh, would this be good content? And you're like, no, just enjoy the moment. Like,
exactly. Instead of just whipping the phone out like one second.
Yeah, it's completely ruined us as a society, but also necessary to get any attention and to
make
so yeah, you just have to adapt if you want to be a successful musician. And it is the flip side, I will say to that, and being much older than you guys, is when I was in high school, like there was no real social media, and the only hope was to like play enough gigs that people would come out and like you try to get their attention. You're just telling your friends, and like, so like really it's I don't want to say it's a blessing, but the access has never been the access to record really good music that's like studio quality, and the access to like make a connection with your fan base are unlike they've ever been for an independent artist. I think it makes it that much harder though, because now you have 1,000% more people trying, but I still think that the cream rises to the top. And so
I agree.
I think you guys,
Everyone's attention span is lowered so much. So you have to think about what is going to grab their attention within
3
a couple
seconds.
seconds of scrolling.
It's important, I feel, to create a fan base of people who connect to you as a person, which is what you're saying, like with posting. It's really cool that you get to see not just the gig music side of someone, you get to see like, oh, what are you up to in between shows, in between writing, which is really cool.
Yeah. And for true fans, I mean, like, I was a big fan of Dave Matthews, but so now if I follow Dave Matthews and I'm like, oh, look at him on his farm or whatever, it's very interesting for true fans. And so I imagine, you just get so much access, and that's what they say, you got to brand yourself, you got to, but so, yeah, I think you guys are just on like the precipice of skyrocketing. And if Great Wide Open Mic does anything to help that, I'll be very happy about that. So I'm super stoked. Another question I wanted to, I really loved a lot of your guys' covers that you choose. What are some of your influences? Obviously you picked a couple like 90s songs, Fleetwood Mac songs. So like, it sounds like you have a really eclectic mix, maybe some influences from your parents mixed in with some modern day music. Like where are you guys? Of
course. Yeah. So obviously with the harmonies, we are really influenced by Boy Genius. We love Big Thief, Fleetwood Mac, of course, Alabama Shakes, Slow Pulp. We find a lot of like influence and inspiration in women artists and bands, and harmonies. Really, it's easy for us to connect that way. But like you're saying, like our parents, my dad was heavy metal growing up, and my mom's country. So for us, it's like we, of course, just landed right in the middle.
Yeah. But it does give a really cool, I mean, you're literally from a town called Farmington. And so it's got this very like country look to it. But then when you have those covers, it's a really cool, very unique American perspective that I don't think exists many other places. So you definitely are onto something, and I'm sure you'll work it out as you guys kind of work your way through being artists. But really cool. So who's your favorite artist right now? Like who's your go-to to listen to?
Who would you say? I have my answer too.
Mine would definitely be, I love Waxahachie.
Oh, never even heard of that.
Really.
Oh,
she's a twin as well.
She's also a twin,
nice.
Which I found that out later. But something interesting about their dynamic is they've written together, they've made albums together, but they don't really. She's just her own independent girl.
Oh, wow.
But she's married to Kevin Morby, if you've heard of him.
No.
But yeah, she makes some amazing music. I would say pretty much acoustic guitar, little slide guitar. Her voice has a pretty country feel to it. But yeah, I love her.
Way cool. I'm gonna have to write that down.
Yes.
Waxahachi. Like, how do you spell it?
This is like spelling bee, trying to remember.
Yeah.
Waxachee.
Hachi. Got it.
Waxahachie.
Yeah, I'll look it up. But yeah, I'll have to check it out. And how about you, Addie?
I am obsessed with this folk country artist named Joshua Sloan.
Okay. Never heard of him.
He just released.
Not a twin?
Not a twin, unfortunately. But you got some homework to do. His record he just released is amazing, and it's all I've been listening to.
Nice. Local or big time, like national act?
Pretty big time now, but he just got his start on social media. He was opening for John Mayer and Zach Bryan with no music out.
Yes.
It's crazy.
How do those people get found? Does anyone know?
I think that Zach Bryan just watched his covers, grew a liking to him, and wanted him to be the opener.
Way cool. It is cool to see those stories where it's like someone posted one time and then you're like, oh yeah, and then they invited me to go opening like that. So really cool. And then the next question I wanted to have is, so I'm definitely going to look up those artists, and I definitely am guilty of staying in my kind of old 70s, 80s, 90s, maybe a little 2000s vibe, and I very rarely listen to a lot of new music. So that is weakness that I have to correct, especially if I continue doing these open mics and
Yeah.
hosting new artists who are just going to be artists that I've never heard before. You guys are very polished. It also looks like you have some you're trying to invest in your music, invest in your artistry, very polished. How do you feel about, like, you're bringing in a band? I saw in one of your videos.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have people that you work with or a band that you play with?
Yeah, we just barely played our first show with a band ever, and they were connections that we've known for a while. Just they were able to just listen to the tunes and then just kind of play whatever they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And for recordings, we did just barely our first live recording ever with a band. So we're kind of just trying out new people, and it's been super fun.
But for us, especially having just acoustic songs that we write, like in a room with a guitar, it's really beautiful to kind of collaborate with people and be like, we don't really have a set end goal for this song. All we know is what we don't like and what we sound, and we're like, heck yeah, keep that. So it's been really cool playing with other musicians and collaborating on our originals.
Yeah.
And we've found like a little bit more clarity of what we want our sound to sound like. And other times we're like, oh, like we're going directions we didn't think we would go into. So it's kind of a fun experimental time right now for us.
Now, when you record, or if you're recording at home, how do you feel about AI in music? I ask this to a lot of artists. It's a very hot topic these days. And the consensus, I'll tell you the consensus, I'm sure you already know
We'll
it.
agree.
How do you guys feel about using AI? Do you use it with your recordings, or are you sticking away from it?
No, we don't use it. And I definitely think it's just dampening this new generation of music, and it's kind of scary to think about the future in terms of that.
And how accessible like writing and recording can be, and how people can be like really deceptive about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's one of like the coolest human experiences is to create, and I feel like I don't want to skip out on like what that brings to our lives.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And do you, I mean, one of the other performers that I spoke with, Garrett Sherwood, he had a good take that I actually didn't even get to ask him on, but I feel like his is it's pretty accurate, but he's just like, it's gonna sort itself out with art. I don't think a lot of people are going to be attaching themselves to a ton of music. I think where it really threatens artists is like in movies, is like getting used in all these high productions where they can just, instead of paying an artist $100,000 or $200,000, they can just have it made, and now a major movie just uses something that they own. That, I think, threatens the artist, but I don't think anyone like really wants to sit down and listen to an album that was generated by a computer. I don't know, but this whole project that I'm doing, I feel like is really going to be the antithesis, or the forefront of the antithesis of AI, and just I intend to promote it as like, being in a outdoor setting and playing music is something that we've been doing for 40,000 years, and it literally like sends shivers down your spine. That's nothing that you're going to get from a computer.
And it is so special and fulfilling to listen to all these artists. I know like so many of the people on the bill have different styles.
Yeah. And
it'll be really, really cool to have everyone be together and just take it in outside.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be extra special, I think, and I'm so glad that you guys are here. And I do want to do a shout out to Toaster Oven, because they had seen your submission and reached out separately, just because they were so stoked to work with you guys, and were very. And I told them at the time, and I was like, well, look, we're going to review all of the submissions, and I want to make sure that we get all of the artists in. But I mean, ultimately, your guys' submission was fantastic, and I try not to let a lot of outside influences sway our decisions. But yeah, very, very cool of them, because they work with a ton of artists, and they speak very highly of you guys.
Oh, it has been such a fun time working with them. We've never had anything like it, even for our live recording that we just did. Our jaws were dropped the whole time, because we've never been a part of anything like that. So
much talent, so seamless. For us, we go there and it's like, okay, one take. great.
Yeah.
It works.
And I was actually floored with, I mean, I went during their Hell Week, and so it's real
Mhm.
quick, you know, it's like one or two takes, maybe a little bit of like overdubbing, but you have to be done in 45 minutes, and then you go down to Collins. But Bly and Colin were so professional, and I wasn't sure how like professional it would sound, but it's so good. Like it sounds so
I
great.
completely agree.
So shout out, Toaster Oven.
Seriously, shout out.
I'm
Toaster
hoping to
Oven.
interview them actually, because now that we're done with the 10 pre-booked artists, I'm going to continue these podcasts, but I'm hoping to interview them at some point. In the
Yes,
future.
and Nate is doing video for.
Oh yeah, he is. Did
We've
he do
worked with
video for you
Nate.
guys?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
yeah, it's gonna be
He's
it's gonna be a
amazing.
good time. So yeah, and I really needed to have some professionals do the audio and video, because in other open mics I've hosted, I've tried to do it myself or tried to set up a phone, but it's just not the same. And you really want a nice package to deliver to these artists, and to really give them something where they can be proud of like sharing it with others, other than like, oh yeah, my sister got a better video than you did, you know, like, so that's what we're going.
Nate's amazing, and so are Bly and Colin. They're all amazing. So we feel really lucky and happy.
Yeah, it's gonna be an epic event. I'm not gonna take up too much more of your time. I will say to the dozens of listeners, and maybe millions after we play a few shows, that you do keep your eyes peeled, because Addie and Berkley do have new music coming out that they're working on. Is that correct?
Yes, we do.
We're so excited.
Yeah, so I will definitely keep my ear out for that, and we'll promote you guys whenever I see you guys release it. But yeah, Addie and Berkley, we're so stoked to have you on board. So stoked to see
happy
you
to
on.
be here.
Yeah, August 29th, I think, is going to be
August
a real
29th.
epic show. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you so much. Seriously.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a blast. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Martin.
Bye-bye.
You made us meet for a reason. If you were spring, you'd be my favorite season. I know I'm just a rebound, but it helps if you don't say it out loud. Can I still text you on your birthday, just to see if you made it home safe? Do you think of me at night? Do you feel bad that you lied? Am I naive in my head, in my dreams? I can't sleep. In my eyes, I'm alone. You don't care, you don't know. But I know summer comes and goes. You got what you wanted. If I was someone else, you would have broke your promise. Now I just stare at the pictures, wondering how you were fine with leaving her. You lied to keep me close. You told me I was yours, but now it's stuck in your throat. Couldn't tell me why you didn't even try. I spent the summer chasing feelings that I thought were mine. So go on, tell me when. I won't try to fight it if I never see your face again. And I still text you on your birthday, just to see if you made it home safe. Do you think of me at night? Do you feel bad that you lied? Am I naive in my head, in my dreams? I can't sleep. In my summer comes and goes, you got what you wanted. If I was someone